wax back, cause I'm mass destruction. Guess who's here? The bad boys arresting. Testing competition, win the war, that's their mission. Not no mercy, see the ring start the street. If you don't know, you better find out the war back. It'll prove a point, number one, just believe that you don't wanna test with them. I'll be avoiding them, come in the ring with them, you're never walking out again. So you're back on the war back.
We had to start out with that. We lost one of the greats this week. Woo, NWO for life. RIP Scott Hall. We're going to talk about Scott Hall and Razor Ramon a little bit later. But today on the Chop Up, we got
Chicken Nicks.
That's me.
Johnny Balls. Yeah.
Hey, now I'm just happy to be here.
And Matty Ice.
Matty Ice.
Hey, Matty Ice is going to try
He'll
to
be around. He's frozen
around.
somewhere.
But we got
He's frozen somewhere.
He's frozen somewhere. Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go. You want me to keep going? I could say.
No, I know both you guys know it by heart, I'm sure. We're gonna introduce a very special guest, the CEO and Presidente of Extreme Kayak Fishing in Pompano Beach, Florida. The great Joe Hector. Just a guy.
Big Daddy Joe.
Hey guys, how's it going?
What's up, man?
On. I got to know Johnny a little bit before the show, and it's been already awesome talking with him. So let's do it. I'm ready. This is awesome.
A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that.
And
A lot
Nick,
of people be lying.
Nick,
And they are lying.
I appreciate it.
What is it?
I said thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule of doing nothing all day.
Shut up.
Come hang out with us in our makeshift online podcast studio with our two watchers.
And just people talking shit and kind of what we do, talking stuff. So basically, Joe, obviously you have a relationship with Nick, and I do as well. For listeners, they knew our relationship, but Nick was kind of describing to me today about what you do, who you are. So can you start with like who you are, like as with Nick, like your relationship with him, and also what you do? Obviously, I know you're from New Jersey, but you guys made a connection in Florida, and that's where you make your business. And that's where I'm going to lead into. So I know you're really well known for that. So can you just give me a rundown of, your background, Jersey to Florida, and then how you got into what you actually do, which is what we're going to get to next.
Cool. Yeah. So we'll start, I guess, with New Jersey. I left to go to the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale. I originally was going to work for my father in New Jersey. He runs an AC company, but AC as in like the big ones that go on like the skyscrapers in like New York and Newark, New Jersey, which is a total armpit. And so I worked for my dad for a couple of years, and I knew it just wasn't for me. And I've always been into like a graphic kind of like design, but I also have my father's I would say will to own a business or have that sense, if you call it a sense. And I always like to kind of do my own thing. And Nick knows that from college. So long story short, I ended up going to the Fort Lauderdale Art Institute. And my first year there, I'm pretty sure it was my first year there, I met Nick at the, I think at the dorms or whatever. And we hit it off pretty quick, given that he's from New York and I'm from New Jersey. And I think it's the rest of it is history, really. I mean, we ended up moving in together. We've always had, I think I could say from all the people that Nick and I together have kind of grown with and knew throughout all these years, which we just talked about was like 20, which is unbelievable to me. I'm thinking like 10.
Yeah.
But I think through all of that, it shows our relationship, how I would say Nick and I are still here, still talking, just still friends. And I would say a great friend, almost the best friend. And he's just always been someone that I've always wanted to check in and make sure.
He's shaking his head at you.
It's like, what is it? My birthday? You guys are over here fucking.
Well, no, the only reason
the
only reason where I was gonna go with this, and Matty Ice is out of this right now, is because each of us have lived with you.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was waiting to drop that hammer on you, brother.
So let's clarify. When you guys say relationship, me and Joey are friends. We never dated.
Wow,
You know,
down there in Florida. I know you guys. Oof.
Well, Nick and I couldn't really date because we lived in a house, the 532 house.
Because you're out of his league.
Dude, it was literally. It was. You made it a good point, but our house was literally like Animal House. I mean, we had huge parties. We literally was like copying in a way off of Old School because that was new back then. It was just coming out. So we printed out like, remember Brettapalooza, Nick?
Oh,
and
100%.
Good buddy Brett, and we made a poster of him with like, in the poster, and we would pass all the flyers out throughout college. And
In Fort Lauderdale, yeah, you guys were just
in Fort Lauderdale,
choir boys down there.
Oh, it was unbelievable. But I
mean
say this though, the group of guys that we had in this house, we did not allow drugs. If people were caught in the bathrooms, which happened multiple times, George was like our pit bull. He would grab them by the back of their shirts and literally throw them out on the street. We just drank. We had a good time. We played hard. We all pretty much worked hard. I mean, for the most part. And I think in the end, it was an experience that I'll never forget, and it helped me personally grow as a man, because you're dealing with all these different scenarios and all these different elements and all this different drama, and you really grow from that. And Nick and I always had I think a strong connection, and Nick and I always had our crying sessions. That was our thing, where things would happen. Yes, we did. Things would happen, and Nick and I were probably the two more emotional ones, where the other ones were a little more, I don't want to say cold, but just different, where I think Nick and I had a connection on that kind of.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
Well,
on that kind of level. So
I guess if we're going to talk about that kind of stuff, I could tell you what it is. It's Joey as a person is a very sensitive person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Awesome.
He wears his heart on his sleeve, and that's why he's like so well liked and always has been. He has that personality that like people are magnet to him, but he's a very empathetic person. So if you're sitting there talking and be like, hey man, my cat needs surgery, he'd be like, oh man, I know a good vet. I'll call him right now. And I'm like, dude, chill, but he's like that. Like he wants to help everybody. And that goes a long way. And I think the other people in the house, while they're amazing people, they're not open like that. And I landed somewhere in the middle where I was like, and you know me better than anyone.
You also.
Yeah. But John knows me better than anyone. Like I'm a stone wall until I get to a certain point, and then I'm a fucking water, whatever. I'm open.
Well, that could be the same as maybe that's just because of our upbringings, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, but me and Joey kind of always hit it off because we were like polar opposites, but like we knew where each other were coming from.
Well, that's where I was going from. So right there, like, so that the who, the what, whatever. Like we can kind of that was that standard nonsense. I'm not really gonna do that whole. That's just not how I roll. So it was interesting as you went there. You said like kind of extreme stuff. Nick sent me some stuff. So what exactly is the business you run, brother? I gotta know about this. He sent me some pictures, and I'm going, that's not real. I was like, straight up, that ain't real.
Yeah. So
I sent him a couple pictures from the website of people catching.
I'm like,
stuff.
nah. I was like, I know this dude looks like a badass, but is that like a 20-foot like?
Yeah, it's extreme what we do.
Okay. Well, what I said to him, I was like, how extreme is extreme? And then I was like, I wanted to just what? I'll let the man speak for himself.
Yeah, so pretty much, I guess I'll go into how it kind of started, and then
excellent, please.
Yeah, so basically, I was with my wife at the time. We were dating, and
now this was in Florida.
This is in Florida. So we graduated college. I moved out of the house with the guys. I think at that point I was out of the house for a few years, right, Nick? Maybe 4.
So you transitioned. So you transitioned into what? Because I know what it is. I know that like our viewers don't yet. Like I know what it like. You transitioned from what you wanted to be in school to.
Well, the thing that happened was I wanted to take. I said to myself, okay, I got 3 options, right? I can go back to New Jersey. I graduated. I got my degree. I could work for my father, right? Mainly doing sales. Sales is kind of my bread and butter. I'm great. I'm great with people. I can communicate, whatever. Or I can stay in Florida and try to figure out what I want to do. And I said, what's the 2 things that I'm really good at that I could potentially turn into something? And I said, well, the other reason why I moved to Florida was because I love fishing. I am a diehard. I love it. It's something that I've done my whole life. My family, going back to my great-great-grandfather, I have pictures of him with a suit, holding
okay.
I mean, old school fishing family. That's where I come from. It's in my blood. It's always been there. So moving here to Florida, it's not seasonal like New Jersey. So I can go fishing all year round for all these different species. And it was just something that it was like heaven for me being here. So, and Nick remembers, we would even go to the beach and have like the beach get-togethers, and we would fish off the beach at night, the fire. It was awesome. And back when you were allowed to do that in Fort Lauderdale. And so long story short, I rewind or fast forward to my wife and I had a conversation, and I said, I want to take fishing and I want to take what I learned in college and then also what I have in me with sales and, something my father has with communicating with people, and roll it up into a blender and spit it out. And that's what I want to do. So she's like, well, I don't know. So literally a day later, and it was almost like fate, I was sitting down and I'm doing this with my wine.
My man.
And I would drink wine out of a bottle. And I'm watching Discovery Channel. And the episode was about those old.
I feel like I'm watching Discovery Channel right now. I'm so interested.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, he's the guy.
Like, I'm intrigued. I love this kind of story, dude.
And I'm sitting there, and my wife's sitting there, and boom, there's these Indian Eskimo type guys in Antarctica, and it's on the Discovery Channel, and it's about these guys that they would use the spears on these kayaks and canoes that they like hand carve. You're killing these huge monster whales, right? Those whales with the big horns in the front.
Oh, the Nar something.
Yeah, they're like Norway whales or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And they would also like
narwhale. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And they're almost like a unicorn of the sea. They call
the
them.
narwhale. Yeah.
So they would hunt them down and in like 5 or 6 canoes and work as a team and yada yada. And I'm sitting there watching this, and I'm like, oh my God, wait a second. I don't have to buy a boat. I can get a canoe, and all of a sudden my wheels are starting to turn. And then Maria, and it was almost like we both of us together like figured it out. And then Maria says to me, "You see that?" She's like, "Can't we go out and do something like that?" And I'm like, that's what we're gonna do. Because you got to remember, this was happening during the recession when Bush was president. So 2007, 2006, 2008, and that's when everyone was like getting away from the gas, right? Especially in the nautical industry for boats. It was so freaking expensive. Not like today. And they're switching over to using different ways of hunting and traveling and everything. So it hit me. I'm like, wait a second. I'm gonna come out with this extreme sport and catch these monster fish in South Florida on kayaks. I mean, why the heck not? So I started doing it myself with my old friend Nathan at the time, and he's a guy I knew forever as well. Not as long as Nick, but quite a bit of time. And him and I would go out, and I had remember the old original GoPros. They were when you were filming it gave you like the that circle effect when you were filming. So it looked
like a small little thing.
Yeah, I'm talking about the old school ones. They would fog up all the time. So
I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. I ain't never been in a kayak. So I mean, what you're saying to me already is amazing. So like, you're blowing my mind here. So you're talking about this whole
just for context here, Joey's been a personal trainer for 20 years. John is 6'2", 285 probably.
Right now, yeah.
So right now he's not a little guy. He's not.
Like, I'm a
fitting in
left
fucking
tackle,
power.
bro. So like, dude, and well, dude, what I'm awesome about is, dude, this is why I'm awesome. Not I'd say terrified, because with the shit you're gonna get into, I think would terrify me. But here I'm like, this is awesome. You're telling me like this guy, you're doing it. I'm already got anxiety because you're telling me like, yeah, I'm just gonna go out there in this thing with my wife. She's in the back here in this kayak. We're gonna be in this deep water, and I'm gonna spear one of these some bitches, and then we're good to go. It's like, oh well, yeah. But you know what, dude? Loving it. Please continue.
So let me pepper in here. The fact that Joey just was like, hey, this is a good idea, and then did it is,
dude, I love that.
It's something Joey has always done.
Yes.
Like I'm like, and I think
I was trying to get that out of the questions, Nick.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's
so
great.
I think that's part of the reason why me and him hit it off, because he'd come up with these like fantastical ideas even when we were in college. Hey, let's do this for this party, or let's do this for this project we're working on. And I sit there and I'm analytical, so I break it all down like logically,
That's
like,
me,
well,
right, yeah.
there's like we got to do this and this and this and the logistics of it. And Joe's like, yeah, no problem. I'm like, dude, I mean, but it's all this. Yeah. And then we'd co-sign on projects. Like when we had finals, we weren't in the same field, but like I had to do a website and Joey had to design characters. So I'm like, well, let's do a website with characters. So he would draw the characters and then I'd put them in a website. And so then he would take the website to his class and be like, holy shit, you did this extra work.
Now that right there, that's a business, sir.
And then like when I brought it to mine, they're like, you drew these? I'm like, yeah, and that's how we would work. So we always kind of had that synergy going. But it doesn't surprise me. I remember when he first fucking told me about it. It's when I had the tattoo shop, and I drove to Pompano because it was maybe 4 miles from the shop. And he sat down. He goes, "This is what I'm thinking." And I'm like, "Well, that makes total sense, dude. All you do is fish." So I mean, he's like, "Yeah." He's like, I haven't put a lot of thought into it, but I've just gone on the beach with my fishing pole and I sit in the kayak and I have people come up to me all the time, and now people are offering me like $500 to take them out on a weekend. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. He's like, well, I don't know. People seem to like it. I'm gonna dive into it. I'm like, do it, dude. Man, this is like, go for it, bro.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You gotta. This is advice for anyone that has a plan or a thought that wants to start something. You have. This is what separates a lot of people. You have to just do it. You can always fake it till you make it. My father always told me that. That's a real thing. There are so many business owners, if you ask them when they first started, their first year to 3 years, how they got by, most of them will, if they won't tell you, you could probably get it out of them, will tell you, I faked it until I made it. And that is a true statement, 1,000%. That is real.
Yes.
And another thing, people always like to follow the leader. Okay. Humans are a pack species, right? So when I started getting sponsors, which 99% of them turned me down when I first started.
Of course.
And there was one that didn't. And he's like, listen, and he was a kayak dealer in Fort Lauderdale. And he said, I see what you're doing on YouTube. There was a video that I did that blew up. And that's what really started everything. It's me catching a wahoo. I think today it's got, I don't know if Nick, you could research it or whatever and pull it up or whatever.
Whatever that is, dude. I'm sorry, you catching a wahoo? Like that's a
John, all right, Joe, keep talking. Let me pull up a picture of a wahoo for John.
Yeah, 65 pounder.
A 65-pound fish.
Yes.
With a spear.
Well, no, I fought him on a rod and reel.
Oh, you fought. Okay, yeah, sir. I've never, bro. I say when I say sir, like that means I don't really mean. I just really mean like when that's like, oh, I respect somebody. Like I'm just like it's like I'm asking you a question. Like dude, that's awesome. Like again, that's just the way I talk. Nick will tell you. He always tells. He's like, he's just like he'll always be like, stop calling people sir. I'm like, no, sir. I want to know what you asking what you want to talk about.
Hold on, you guys want to know the most hilarious thing? I literally Googled 65.
Is it his picture? That's dope, man. No way.
65 LB Wahoo, and guess what the second picture is? It's Joe Hector.
65 pounds?
Here, let me share it. He's on his kayak too. Like it's not Photoshop, John.
Oh, do you realize that you really? All day I was joking.
I know.
I like to push Nick because his anxiety.
Oh yeah, we love it.
So he's like, you can't swear, and I'm like, I'm gonna drop every.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, look at that bad boy.
Yeah.
Look
Look at that.
Look at this dude.
Look at this thing.
Now, how that thing right there? You know what that what's happened to that picture?
It's
That's
as big as the kayak.
That's on every Facebook. Some dudes have taken that picture and saying that's me, and that's like 1,000 times. That you have like brought some weird looking dudes some fun there.
It's
Right.
funny you say that, Nick. How many fake Facebooks me's are
See
there?
what I'm saying? I'm not even. Am I lying, Nick? There you go.
Found like 5 or 6 of them already.
Oh, he's got fake. He had fake MySpace
I'm
accounts.
just saying.
Oh my God! You remember the MySpace ones? The gay one and the freaking.
Yeah.
Nick will tell you, I'm a very straight man, but I'm just like, dude, that obviously that's being like somebody's using that.
It's weird. It's weird. It's
Yeah,
happened.
Yeah, real effing weird.
But yeah, that was the fish
Yeah.
that changed my
That's
life.
a 60. That's a 65. Now what? All right, can I?
It's as
Okay,
big as the
we can
kayak,
break it down.
John. Look at it.
No, I understand that. But so we're gonna swerve with the questions here. Now, all right. As unfamiliar as I am with fishing, and Nick, you know a little bit about fishing, but that's some like big boy fishing. That looks like that's some deep sea fishing. Now, what happens there? How do you get that some bitch even to where you want it to be? You know what I mean?
Well, if you look at
Is there a big boat around you, or do you just like have to
No.
like? Are you just like Jason Momoa and that some bitch on your back all the way?
So if you look at the picture, you could see the guy is in a kayak.
Right? Yeah.
And then
Yeah, right there, the clip. Okay, yeah.
yeah, and if you look at the wahoo, you could see the gaff in his back. That's where I stuck him when I pulled him in onto the kayak, right there in his back. The gaff sticking in his back, right?
That's the silver.
Oh, I
fin.
see it.
Yeah, where the fins are sticking up, and
Yeah, I see
also in that shot is a tuna that I caught right before I caught the wahoo.
Oh, underneath
here.
the jawline. Okay, yeah.
And when I cut his belly open, he had 2 full tuna about this size that came out. So he was eating the tuna.
Technically, you're times 4 right there. That's plus.
we were
Dude,
dead.
you're doing some multiplication there, brother. Good for you.
Yeah, it was quite a fish, man. Changed my life. And then I went to that. There was one guy that didn't turn me down, Roger Moore. He's the owner of Nautical Ventures here in South Florida. They're the #1 kayak dealer. He was in his first year. We were in our first year, and he came to me. We had a meeting. He said, "Hey, you're a kid. I see that." At the time, he was like 50, and he's like, "Let's team up. I need you to sell me kayaks. It's going to be a big thing. It's because of the recession." And I said, "You know what? I can do that for you, Mr. Roger. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's work together." And now today, they're the biggest freaking Hobie dealer, kayak dealer in Florida, and we're the biggest offshore kayak fishing tournament, I would say, dare I say, in the country, or I would say maybe in Florida. I don't know.
Rolling with that, right? You dared to dream it, right? Just your guys' plan, right? I would say, dare you say, I think you should be, or you guys might be, because you dared
I would say when it comes to like media, online advertising, we're definitely very high.
Listen, and if anyone has a conversation about like ocean kayak fishing, his company is on the
boom. That's what I'm
it
saying.
pops up.
So have confidence about that and say, I'm the guy.
He's the guy.
I'm sure you have no problem doing that, but
And
the funny thing is, my business plan was, at the time, I noticed that all these boat tournaments, they were getting an elite group of anglers, right? So, like asking around to some of the normal Joes, a lot of them said, I can't afford to fish that tournament. It's too expensive. It's a couple grand, whatever, yada, yada. So I said to myself, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be the Walmart of fishing. I'm going to get all the other guys. And that's our slogan is,
all right,
we're not your average kayak folk. We're the other guys. And so we're the group of men and women that we don't fish the $1 million tournaments, but we have an opportunity to still win that type of money in Joe's tournament. And that's kind of like what I wanted to do for people, was give the middle class,
I like that, because
and even the less fortunate, a chance to win some money and have a good time. And then and that's when we evolved throughout the years, where it went from being a fishing tournament to an event. And my next stage of the plan, so to speak, was to create something like a festival on the beach for these people, where businesses can come out, small businesses promote.
Now you got my ear there. Heck yeah.
Yeah, and promote their products and get their name out there. And now today we have the second largest paddleboard race in the country that works with us. That's Rory Cam. We have a huge fitness competition going on in conjunction with our event, volleyball competition. I mean, hell, you can get a chiropractic adjustment when you get back from offshore kayak fishing in my tournament. So
that's some serious stuff.
Give people the full experience of
because you went through it all, right? What you like, I think about the vision that you had there is like you're looking at it going, what would I want? What would I want going into that experience, and then kind of create it all.
Right. Exactly. You have to say that to yourself when you start a business and you're in, right? So you're in, you started it. You need to say to yourself, well, what would I want? And then ask your friends, like, what would you want? You know, and you can't just go by what everyone else is doing. You know what I'm saying? And you can take bits and pieces, but the best thing to do is just implement what your friends want to do, what they like.
Uh-oh.
Froze.
We got the Joe froze.
He's back. He's talking. There he is.
He's back. All right, you're back.
Oh, what happened?
You were going into a good point. And the ending, you were like, huh? And you froze.
Oh, okay.
On a good point, I'm sure, though.
But yeah, so that's basically how extreme kayak fishing started. And then it evolved even more to, I had an opportunity. I started doing podcasting, and it's called Raw H2O. And I went through a couple different hosts, and but we were pretty successful. We had very good numbers. We ended up getting some really good sponsors. We even ended up getting a studio, and that evolved into I got an opportunity through the very first sponsor that I got, Nautical Ventures. They ended up being a major sponsor of 940, Wentz 940, and that's Miami Sports Radio, which does the Miami Dolphins, the Heat, the Florida Panthers, big stuff. And they came to me and they said, Joe, we saw your podcast. We like your personality. Do you think that you could do radio? And I said, well, I don't know. I mean, we can give it a try. And they had me come on as a special guest on one of their shows. And they ended up firing the co-host and replacing him with me literally a week later. And then it became that radio station became Fox Sports Radio, which we are now. And the rest is history. And now we're with Fox Sports, and we're called the Weekly Fisherman Show. And we also do the podcasting. We're on 940 AM, and that's the Miami Sports Radio still. And so that's it. Everything is evolved into something. That's the beauty of when you build something, is that there's so many different. It's like a spider web, right? You get all these different things that come out of it, and different opportunities. And the one thing that a lot of people do is they overthink. When they get an opportunity, they think to themselves, well, that'll cost too much money, or that's a risk, or, yada, yada. But I never, ever, ever squander an opportunity, no matter what. Even if it doesn't look good for me, I will still think to myself, how can I benefit in even this much from that opportunity? Because I feel that in life, an opportunity is special. Extremely special. And I don't think many people get many of them. And for me to get the amount of opportunities that I've been given, it's just, I look at it like a blessing, so to speak. So even if it doesn't benefit me, I will still take that opportunity to a certain level. And that's just the way I look at it.
You just made Johnny quiet. Someone's impressed.
No. Oh, no, not at all. I was taking it in. Oh, come on now. No, I like that only because, as what you were just saying there, like where the question came from and evolved into that, like never squander an opportunity. Like some people, I think as you were just, what you were saying is you don't have these opportunities. Some people in life don't.
No.
Like, first of all, you don't have any. Like,
right.
And we can do. If you want to talk, we're not really. We can. But if anyone can say that, but they don't have any kind of opportunity.
Sure.
And there's some of us that are blessed to have many of them, and we do squander them. Or it's like you get 3, and then it's like, hey, the fourth one took me to the top.
Yeah.
It took me that many times to mess up. But it's like, I like the mentality of like even that little size. Like I'll give it a little bit of light only because hey, if it goes down, then nothing happened there. I've lost nothing by investing in that.
Right.
Some people just don't like look at it like that. Like
No.
some people are, and sometimes it might have been myself, just like I don't really want to do that. Who gives a crap? But it's like now it's like all right, that could be something because that could create this going up, and that's what I like about like the energy you got. Nick presents to me, and obviously you as well now, like energy to get out there and do what you do, man. Like that's got to be because like what you do like would terrify me. Like I'm like, this guy's out there in a goddamn kayak. Now he in the deep ocean.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna do it, and them sons of bitches are down there. Logically, my brain is going, nah, I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that.
We got to show John. We got to show John the one.
Yeah,
video.
but that's what I love about you and why we would get along so well because we could talk great, and then I would just be like, nah, and I could feel you would be like, nah, you're coming with me. I'm like, I don't know, man. That looks like dangerous. I was like, I would be like, what's the risk? I was like, what's out there? I was like, they ain't getting me here. Like, but then I feel like you'd be like, yeah, but you can get them out there, and like that captain part of my thing, be like, all right, yeah, we can get them out there. Let's go, brother.
We gotta show Johnny that. I'll send it to him later. Joey has this one video where he like hooked a marlin or something, and then a bull shark
got me a marlin,
and he's got like the GoPro on like the water where he's trying to pull the fish in.
Oh, dope, dude.
And a bull shark that's twice the size of the kayak swims up and headbutts the kayak, and the thing goes.
I'm out, dude. It's going.
I never saw it. I only saw it in the playback video. I never saw it, and it was this close to my feet.
Yeah.
See, that stuff like that fascinates me. Like I could be in the football player, jiu-jitsu, whatever. I'll be right in the mix of that. But that kind of stuff, I'm like, I can't control this. And this thing, you didn't even see this darn thing.
I have a sneaking suspicion that Joey will have a show on Discovery Channel the next 3 years.
Dude, and we'll do a kind of fan deal with me just going, no, Johnny, you're coming. I'm going, nah, I ain't, bro. He's gonna grab me. He's gonna grab me, and I'm going over the side. Like, all right, here we go.
So, Joe, John will be here in about 3 weeks. How do you feel about?
I will be down. Yeah, I am flying down for the week after my birthday. I'll be down. What is it? April 8th?
I'd love to see John in a kayak on the ocean.
Look at it like an opportunity, my friend. Think of every opportunity.
I'm a large man, Joe.
I
feel you underestimate that. I can swim, but I feel your fact that I'm a large man.
That's all right.
I said large. I feel like I'm a large man.
Well, that's a good thing, though, man. I mean, if you're.
Oh, I know that. I'm cutting, but yeah.
You are. The more a shark can eat. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean,
oh no. You know what he can't eat? My fucking ass. Sorry, I can't say. Me on the beach, bro. I actually do love the ocean.
Yeah.
No, I love eat them, yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Sure, take a picture. Well, again, I think I roll with it. Like, I love how you guys all just roll with. None of them really go with it. Like, it's rare. It's like, what do you mean it's rare, dude?
Well, that's one of the reasons me and Joey kind of always got along is because we come up with these different ideas. Like when I came up with the idea for the tattoo parlor, Joey he's one of the first people I talked to, and I was in New York at the time, and I called him. I go, "What do you think about this?" Yeah. And he goes, and he broke it down. He's like, "Well, who do you got? Who's going to work there? Like, how much money do you have? Because his dad was in business. I never opened a business. I got my associate in business up when I came back and at Schenectady, but I never did it before. I was just saving up money.
Right.
And we went through almost every other week I'd go and meet him and we'd have a coffee and how's it going, Nick? This is what I'm doing. What do you think about this? Why don't you try that? How's it going with the kayak thing? Well, this is what I'm trying. I want to do the podcast. Do you have any idea how to do it? Yeah, we could do. You got to use this and this. All right, come over and set it up. All right, Joey, I got to come over to the tattoo shop and set up what you're talking about. All right, no problem. So like we kind of always synergize that way. And so it's no, I'm not surprised. Like when anyone could have told you 20 years ago, oh, Joey's going to be an entrepreneur.
Well, that's what you're telling me.
Yeah, he is. Of course he is.
Well, obviously I didn't actually know Joey 20 years ago, but I've taught you were talking to me. I've known him at the time. He was there for you when we went through some stuff, and then you mentioned him many times throughout the years. And then today you're like, yo, he's coming on, and I'm like, dude, I'm in. I was like, I love to meet this guy. And then when you get the energy that you told me he was gonna bring, and then it was just like, yeah. And then you're like, yo, he does this, and I'm like, yo, I'm in, bro.
Well,
This is
what Joe does is so interesting because, and the reason it's successful is because,
he
like,
believes in it, I
like
think,
we
right?
said, well, but it's rare. Like,
Yeah.
it's a very niche thing. But you know
Well,
what's
that's the other thing. Like
what's
business.
wild about it?
Are we going business here? Okay.
Hold on a second. You know what's wild about, like, he does what do you do on the Thursday before the tournament, right? He has he walked into this one bar, one of the main bars, restaurants. He got them to sponsor the fucking tournament. So now he does 4 tournaments a year.
Yep.
Every Thursday before the tournament starts for the whole weekend, they go to the same restaurant. They have a huge party. They do like raffles. They do all kinds of stuff.
It's taken care of.
Well, I mean, I don't know how they have it worked out, but they have it worked out. But it's grown from 10 captains to now. What do you got? 100, 150
Well, you were just talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, it's fucking wild. I'm sorry, I keep swearing. I literally told everyone not to swear in case your Fox people see
I've
this
been
and
on
all,
I've been on such
F-bombs.
yeah, he told me, dude, he told me I could not say any bad words. This is me tame.
Don't say bad words, John.
No, look, yeah, since about 2:00 this afternoon, brother.
I was very excited. Me and Joey talked about an hour and a half today about.
Yeah, I know we did, right?
Which is what we usually do. So, but yeah, man.
Oh man, I think that's
it's a sight to behold. And you know what? The whole reason it's successful is because of his wife. Joey hasn't really done any work, so
he is the backbone. That is definitely for sure. You better have a solid wife if you're going to get it.
Dude, he's not lying right there. I know some people that have some very successful, and I'm talking very, very successful businesses, like top of the level businesses, and it is because they have a very good wife. And the partners have very good structural there to where, hey, if you're doing this till 2 a.m. and this is your commitment, you're out there back at 8 a.m. doing your work, we got your back. And that's a real thing, man. And you know what, from even talking before we got on, like, yo, we can do this until this time. It's like, yo, that's it, man, because this is time to do this with my family. And that's exactly what it's all about. How genuine you are, how genuine, Joe, you are about like your business and your family. That's why there's no doubt in my mind why it was a success, man. Honestly.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Like, that's from like Nick will tell you, like, I'm an honest dude, and I'm generally kind of up and down about, like, I would tell you the truth, but that's for real, man.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, man.
There is things like who you know is very important.
Of course, yes. So yeah, trust me, I know.
Relationships is so important. I'm the kind of guy, I don't like to email. I like to talk. I like to call a sponsor or meet with them in person, and no matter how much technology grows and how big it actually gets, in the end, I think the guy that's willing, which is rare nowadays, the guy that's willing to drive an hour and a half to meet with a potential sponsor is the
100%.
guy that's going to lock him up.
Yep. I don't doubt that at all.
Guaranteed. So even though we're living in this age of tech and emails and whatever, being human is still a big element to owning a business.
No, that's what keeps it connected. Trust me.
Yes, definitely. So, that's kind of my whole story. And it's amazing. We've been in business now for over a decade, which is unbelievable. And it's just, if you would have told me when I lived in the house 532 with Nick, that this would have been my life, I would have never believed it. I thought I would actually end up working for my dad in New Jersey.
Well, that's the thing right there. Like, that's how it goes. Like, because you were saying, like, as we, maybe we come off of this to talk about football and stuff, like, but that right there was a great point by you, Joe, and I hope you can maybe gloss off of that right there. Is that, like, if you didn't make that choice of maybe, hey, I can go back to New Jersey, which you said you left because you didn't like it, and then I stay in, Florida here, I take this risk, and now look what you did here. And it's just, that's that kind of like, that's that moment some people can get, and maybe sometimes you fail, but you can always go back that way. Generally, most time you can always go that way, right?
Opportunity.
Take the floor, sir.
Yeah. Well, it's one word. It's opportunity.
Yep, jump on. You said that a little bit.
Important thing is opportunity. When you have an opportunity and you know that you can do something with it, something, even if you don't know what exactly it is, you have to at least entertain it and take it in. And that's when you dissect it. But don't just get an opportunity and, ignore it, let it go, whatever, take someone's bad advice. You need to just take that opportunity. Again, even if it's bad, even if you think it doesn't benefit you, even if you're not making money off of it. There are things that create money that is so important that people always goes right over their head. I mean, relationships.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, just making someone's day, or saying hi, or answering someone's text, or answering a phone call, or calling a friend. These things all kind of relate to one thing, and that's being successful. And I mean, that's the way I look at it. I mean, a lot of people look at being successful as just money, but there's a lot of layers to that I feel people overlook. And that's the way I look at it. Again, this is me. It's not.
Man. That's why I asked you. That's why I wanted that insight to keep going, man. Because it's a positive insight that people need, I think, a lot.
Sure, especially in this day.
Joey's Jolly Joey. Joey's always had, and like I said earlier, me and him are kind of polar opposites mentally, where I think of everything like in a negative connotation, or like
no, not negative.
Wait, what's the word I'm looking for? Pragmatic, maybe.
You're cynical, I guess. Is that the word where you're kind of looking at it?
Yeah, cynical.
Yeah, I mean, Joey doesn't know what the word pragmatic means, but it's pragmatic.
No.
So
you get that Catholic school upbringing like us.
And it is like, so I take everything really, really seriously. But then, like, you have people like Joe that just like they swing for the fences, man. Like I'll do it though, right? I'll do the safe thing. I'll do the bunt, or I'll do the, try to get on first base, and Joey's swinging for the grand slam, and it works.
When it hits,
it works both ways, because
of course it does.
We've had these conversations for years, and like when I know I keep bringing up the tattoo shop, but I would not be a quarter of as successful in real estate that I've been doing it 9 years now, if I didn't open that tattoo shop and lose my ass.
You learned.
Because I opened a business. I dealt with the city. I dealt with permits. I dealt with zoning. I dealt with vendors. I dealt with everything Joey does now. I was doing when he was doing it. We were doing it together.
Right.
And yeah, maybe the business I was in wasn't the best, because you can't. I think Joey might have. I think Joey might have said this to me, is like, you can't own a restaurant if you don't know how to cook.
Yeah.
And I owned a tattoo shop and didn't know how to tattoo. So if someone decided they didn't want to show up for work, I had to lock the door and I lose money.
Which happened, and that's when we had that conversation.
Which is what happened, which is why we closed eventually. But when you fast forward to real estate, where it's all me, everything's on my shoulders. Well, guess what? There's no excuses. I have all the tools I need. I just have to learn the business. And so like a lot of people that get into real estate are like Joe, where they jump in. They don't care if they don't know anything about a house. They just talk. Oh yeah, I can sell you this. I can tell you this about it. Da, 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 da. They don't know, and they find out in the middle of it. I'm the opposite, where I take my time, and I spent 1.5 years learning the business before I started getting into sales. And that's just my process and how I worked. But if I didn't have that business when I was 27 and spent my life savings, I would not have been nearly as prepared. It would have taken me way longer, and I probably wouldn't be doing it still. But I know, like, it's exactly what you guys are talking about. It's like, you just gotta take a shot. And I implore anyone, if you're thinking about starting a business, just fucking do it. I keep swearing, just do it. Like, you wanna start, I don't know, what's the big thing now? Sports cards. You want to start doing a sports card website? Do it. Yeah, it's huge.
Those things. No, the cards aren't. The things you can buy are
NFTs, whatever.
Is
whatever it is. Just give it a shot. It doesn't matter. You can make money doing anything. You just got to talk.
I think Nick, the best way you're trying to put it before is like, you can find, especially you can find money in any kind of niche, and I'm related to something like that, where you can, any kind of niche market, if you can exploit. Well, I don't want to say exploit it, but if you find a way to like monetize it, so to speak, and like if you care about it, and it's like, all right, That's like this is here. Then you put your. It's like all right. Then we can make this work. It works. Like and like that's what I was saying with Joe. Like, he really cares about this, and he put his heart into it. And now look at this is successful. Now, hey, you know what? I don't. And the best part about what I like to say about stuff like this is, you know, hey, we're not all billionaires, but you know what? You get up and you like what you do every day. I'm cool with it, man. You know, you're not you're good with where you are. You're not making you may not be making billions, but you're not on the street and you're waking up every day and you're happy with what you're doing, man. I think that's what it's about, right? Like
Yes.
trying to like really be happy what you're doing. Like some people like again, like like talk like walk to these pods and yeah, like I'm a coder, but I enjoy what I do every day. Like it's weird like that. But
Everyone's got their niche. Everyone's got
yeah.
something that they're good at, that they love to do. Nick and
But
I,
also, I'm lucky that I do it with my family, so it's like
that's
we have
even better. That's
yeah, so like it's a different our stuff's a different stuff, but yeah, but no, I'll no trust me, we're adventurous people. We gotta we'll get our rowdy bunch down there with you. I'll get my cousin in that goddamn son of a bitch. He'll do it. You know, Pat'll do it, Nick. Like he'll be out there. We'll get the crew down there.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, but the way Joey does it now is like when they do the tournaments, they have like the
also, there's no like
they have the Coast Guard. They have the Coast Guard out there with
well,
boats
no, I'm
to make
talking
sure
about
everyone's
like
okay.
I was talking about the event where like people can go to and like watch.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's
I
what
mean,
I'm
well, you
talking
can't see
about,
them; they're
so-
out in the middle of the water. But
No, I
on the
know, but
beach,
it's like
there's a
but
lot
what
going
he's
on.
saying. There's like an event you can go to. Dude.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty.
they have
cool, man.
Joey, you set up a big stage and all kinds. It's like a
Yeah.
little festival. Yeah,
That's what he was saying. Yeah, I think that's dope, man. I would love to
Right.
just like that's a culture like I would like to be on because I haven't seen it yet. You know.
Well, there you go. Have you guys connect and have Pat give him a buzz and Pat can have a booth
Yeah.
at his next tournament. And if
I don't
you
know
guys
how that'll go, but
if you guys want to get
oh,
your software in Florida, Joey's knows so many people that show up to his tournament that have money. These guys they're not floating out in $200 kayaks. These are $5,000 kayaks. These guys are like
Yeah.
it's money, you know.
yes.
It's the same reason I do real estate stuff. I post in Joey's magazine, and I'm gonna have a booth there the next tournament
Yes.
for my side business for the wood carving and stuff. So it's a good opportunity, and I know Joey's got to go. He's got to put the baby to bed. So.
And it's all about opportunities. I'm gonna harp on that all the time because people don't get it. And it's so easy to say, and it's easy to hear, but it's easy to do. Opportunities. You might not even see it, and it'll just pass you by. There are so many opportunities. Not only that, you can't wait for an opportunity, and that's another thing too. You have to create relationships. Like I said, it's little things like, you get a phone call, you don't know who it is, so you don't answer it. Well, maybe that was an opportunity. There's just so many little things that can pop up that can be a big thing 5 years from now, 10 years from now, a year from now. And just don't pass those up because, I'm learning now how fast life can be. I can't believe how fast everything's going. I got a little girl. It's like yesterday she was born. She's going to be 3 years old in, a couple months. It's just, it's
congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But it's unbelievable. So don't squander those opportunities because like you said, John, some people don't get them. And that's the sad part, you know what I mean? To know that. So take advantage of it. I think, and create. We're still in an age, listen, no matter what, no matter all the crap that's going on in this country, this is still the greatest country in the world. And you know why? Because of entrepreneurship. Because all these other countries don't have that.
We have the ability to do it. Right.
Exactly. We're the go-getters. That's what it's like to be an American, right? Isn't that what it's all about?
Yeah, you have the opportunity to
right.
You want, essentially.
So many people think that the American dream is money and like being like high middle class and living the high life. That's not an American dream. The American dream is entrepreneurship. The American dream is being a go-getter and getting what you feel you're worth. That is being American to me. That's the American dream, not living off of those people.
Joey will be running for president in 12 years. Everyone.
Would have.
We got a comment in the chat.
Oh, we got a comment. Who do
We got a comment for Joey in the chat. I told him to bring it up.
Oh, we had a couple of them. Joey, I love you. You're so handsome. Okay, so that.
Joe, I love the Raiders helmet.
Eweezy.
Raider Nation.
Raider Nation.
Eweezy, what up, Eweezy?
Eweezy is one of our Twitch followers.
Nice.
Our #1 fan.
Raider Nation, baby.
Now I was gonna bring that up before you did. I mean, Now I felt bad because I thought you broke car there, man. I was like, oh man, he just dropped that thing.
Well, I would have lost a gasket if I would have broke my car.
Oh, dude, I was like, we lost this guy. Yeah. Now Nick did. I told before the show, Nick, you were up there moving around. How much you said he was annoying as a Raiders fan? How much you didn't like him as a Raiders fan? How much is this in like? As a Raiders fan, man, what are you gonna do? Like,
he's a Raiders fan.
Yeah, but what I like about him is that he's a dedicated. I don't care if it's an X fan. He's a dedicated fan.
He's dedicated, but he's a sore loser.
Now there's the thing. I wish I wanted Matty here because, dude, they were ready to go tuck rule. They're ready to do everything, brother.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have Joey on next week or the week after, and
nice, heck yeah.
Well, we can get into it a little bit here.
Please do, sir. We're on your schedule. Oh, I'm sorry. We're all on your daughter's schedule. Let's be honest, because that's when it gets shut down, brother. Hey, I know some stuff about being like, yeah, we're on that schedule.
Yeah, you know how it is. So
you gotta cut it out, go.
So here's the thing with I'm a loyal guy. Nick's always known that. I'm very loyal. Very loyal. I love my team. We have a lot of problems. The year that we had last year was phenomenal. I know it was a lot. Gruden has always been my guy. Nick knows that. I love Gruden.
Stop saying Nick knows things because I don't care about the Raiders.
Yes, he does.
No, but Gruden wasn't always.
Yeah, he put the cigar and he's like, I don't care about the Raiders.
Yeah, see, I don't care about the Raiders.
Yeah. And
Al Davis' son needs to get a fucking baba. That's what I'm saying.
No. All right. Now we're talking about Jay Gruden. John Gruden's your guy. Explain Mark Davis to me. That guy's a fucking. I'm sorry.
Well, first of all, John Gruden got shafted by the NFL.
Oh, 100%. I will 100. I don't know. Nick, we talked about that. I don't know if you remember, but you're right.
It kills me because once again, Gruden came to the Raiders and built a winning team. He did. We made
from like 3 wins, I think, maybe.
Yeah, we were four wins. We took a 4-12 team. Yes. So what were we? 10-7 now.
Yeah, correct. Yes.
10-7 last year. We could have been a lot more if some of those games, like the Bengals game, wasn't fit.
I mean, they were close games. That's a 12-4 team, in my opinion.
100%. So what I want to say this to Raider Nation. I see a lot of people on Twitter freaking out that we're not making all these big moves in free agency, yada, yada, yada. Listen, we have one of the most talented teams, not only in the division, which is the hardest in the NFL, but in the whole NFL. Okay? We have guys like re-signing Max Crosby.
I was going to say, can I hit you up real quick? By the way, I'm a Giants fan. Hardcore. One of, if not my favorite player in the NFL is right behind him right there.
Yeah, he's the man, dude.
He's right behind you. You have a Max Crosby. You have a Max behind you. You said, right?
Yeah, right. This one right here, Max Crosby.
I was gonna say, boom, right there.
Right there.
I don't know Nick. You don't know who it is. I have so much respect for this fella. Love this guy.
Boom, there he is.
Defensive end. Now I think the second or one of the highest paid defensive ends in the league.
Yeah, and he's 100% worth it. We got guys like Hunter Renfrow. Young guys. Hunter Renfrow, we signed.
We're coming straight out of Clemson, I think.
He is going to be the next Wes Welker, guaranteed. Hunter Renfrow. Remember that?
Or Cooper Kupp. Yeah, whatever you want. If you want to go that close, right? Yeah, Cooper Kupp. Yeah. Same thing, right? They're the same size, man.
Right. And he's going to take Derek Carr. Listen, John Gruden took Derek Carr to another level. I think Josh McDaniels is one of the best play callers in the NFL. I'm not going to say head coach because we don't know yet. He failed in Denver. We don't know how he's going to interact with players.
Can I ask you a question? As much as you know about the Raiders and football right now,
yeah,
is Derek Carr going to be your quarterback?
Yes.
We all know. Jimmy G's not moving in?
No.
Jimmy G and McDaniels?
I'll tell you
Please
what.
do, sir. No, I'm just asking questions.
There is no way Josh McDaniels, we all know how touchy that guy is. He could have been with the Colts. He said, no, I'm not going to do it. He had multiple different opportunities to get back into coaching, and he hasn't, okay? He's a gifted, phenomenal play caller.
Yes.
Someone like that looks for a certain spot to be a head coach, and they're very picky, just like Bill Belichick was. Remember what he did to the Jets?
Oh yeah, people forget. Oh, and the Browns. Let's not forget the Browns. Yeah.
Okay, so someone like Josh who learns from Bill Belichick, you don't think for 2 seconds that Josh McDaniels, before he took that job, who already had multiple offers, went to Belichick and said, listen, I got a guy like Derek Carr. I got a team that went 10-7. I got a talented roster that could win now. Do you think I should take this job, or do you think I should go there and just rip the whole thing apart, get rid of Derek Carr, and start from scratch?
No, of course not. No, I don't think personally, I don't think that. No.
I think he said, you know what? I looked at this team. I'm a gifted play caller. Again, I'm not saying head coach.
No, it's 100%. No, yeah, no. People are saying that's some bitch can call an offense,
right? And I'm a play caller.
And he rocks a hell of a visor too.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, he could take Derek Carr with that team. I believe Derek Carr is only 29 years old, 30 years old.
Why is it like Derek Carr has put up some good numbers? Not great. I mean, from where he was drafted, but he ain't terrible.
Yeah, he's not a bad. Listen, Derek Carr is.
You know what I can say? He ain't Daniel Jones.
No. Daniel Jones. Actually, I've been talking to my dad about that. He's not the answer.
Oh, that's right. You're from Jersey. Oh man.
The Giants' problem. And this is a lot of teams' problems. This is why Seattle was dumb to get rid of Russell Wilson. Quarterbacks, if you don't have one, you might as well not even follow him that season.
Well, I think what I've been getting into here, and actually because you're from Jersey, and I think you're talking to your dad, you said like, what I think we're running. My entire family are Giants fans, like my cousin, and we talked about it. The problem I think with the Giants, because it's the Maras, right, who own them, and well, the Maras and the Finches, but the Maras have the. They're still run by John Mara and then and they still think there's some kind of like superpower in the NFL. So they're like, when they drafted Daniel Jones, they're like, well, which we're not. We haven't been relevant in 11 years. I won a Super Bowl 11 years ago. The kids nowadays, the people nowadays do not give a crap about the New York Giants. And I hate saying that as a Giants fan. Dude, I'm the biggest Giants fan, dude. I'm talking 4 years old watching LT, and I'm running around this place here in my diapers. Like now it's like, well, we can't. They're not even admitting they made a mistake with Daniel Jones and Saquon got. It's like, no, well, we're gonna ride him out for the 5th year. It's like, what are we riding out here, dude? We're in salary cap hell. Dude, the Giants, they brought in Joe Shane, which is amazing. GM basically took Buffalo's entire people and said, hey, fix this. That means we're screwed for the next 4 years until this all gets fixed. Salary cap hell. So like, you're in such a great place in the Raiders and people are making fun of you, but the Giants people are like, well, they have a shot here. It's like, no, they do not. Like,
well,
it's like,
I think that's the difference, right? So like Josh,
the Las Vegas Raiders, like,
but see, that's where it all kind of makes sense. Where you have a coach from Buffalo, I forget his name.
Brian Dable.
So he knows he's going into a situation that is a total rebuild, right?
Yeah, right.
And then you got a guy like Josh Daniels that will not go to a team that's a total rebuild.
Because correct, yes.
He's not a good enough head coach.
That was the comparison. Yep.
He is a play caller, so he wants to go to a place that he knows he can succeed. And
if I do this, let's go.
Right. If I tweak it here, tweak it there, get a little receiver here, get a little defensive tackle there, like the guy in Tampa, that old guy. What's his name?
B.A. Brian.
The old guy in Tampa? You mean?
Hey, Nick, you'll love it. B.A.
Hey.
Bruce Arians.
Oh, yeah. He's the same way. He would have never went back to coaching.
Which is a huge thing, by the way. B.A. That's a huge thing about Tommy B coming back. I guess there was a little bit of beef there. The way B.A. operates, like, because let's be honest, Tom Brady's. He's a competitor, dude. I don't care what anybody says. He's a Michigan man. That's a tough son of a bitch.
He's a
but
goat.
Anyway, he's the GOAT. Yeah, I don't care what anybody. Nick hates saying that, dude, but he is. Like,
I don't care.
But anyway, like I guess like as he was leaving,
he's
like,
the GOAT.
like everybody was like, hey, whatever, goodbye, good luck. And then like, what if he comes back? And they're like, well, then the organization may work with him. They interviewed Bruce Arias, BA, they call him Nick. Wears the black glasses. And they're like, what if Tom comes back? Comes back, he's under contract with us. And it's like, ooh, which is true, by the way. But
Yeah.
they're like, is that going to rub Tom Brady the wrong way? Because it's like, oh, now they're going to have a conversation. Because basically Brady ran that locker room the past 2 years. Like, that's how it went. Like, well, BA was taking it back. But it's like, all right, Tom Brady's going to walk in. It's like, all right, if I'm coming back, I'm in control of this whole motherfucker. And this is mine. So this is weird how it works. Like, basically, we just brought up 3 different organizations there. Respected, well, 2 of them are respected organizations. I actually, I goddamn gotta say 3 because the Bucks have a couple Super Bowls now.
They have, yeah, they've come a long way.
Yeah, so like 3 respected organizations and the different places they are in. And some would say, some old school people out of all of them would say the Raiders and the Giants are the most known. Maybe put the Giants here, but the Giants are actually way down here. And it's like Raiders and Bucks up here. So it's like weird how people look at these organizations.
Giants have to get a quarterback.
Yeah.
And there's not many right now.
But that's not even fair though, because they had Eli, my favorite player, for 2004? Yeah, it's 18 years, and they shit on him every year. I'm fighting people every day for Eli Manning.
I gotta say, do you think that if McAdoo didn't bench Manning,
If I saw McAdoo in person, I'm my cousin Vinny taking that motherfucker off his feet, and he will have a very bad day.
See, this is what I don't get about.
Nick, do you know what I'm talking about?
Of
Oh,
course.
now I'm actually mad, and I may swear. Okay, so Eli Manning never missed a game since he was a freshman in high school, Nick.
Geno Smith.
Freshman in high school. 4 years. College, 4 years, never missed a game. Came into the league, never missed an NFL game. Plantar fasciitis. Torn C. No, I'm sorry. No, he tore his LCL. Never missed a game, Nick. Never missed a game. Okay, going for breath. McAdoo knows he's going to get fired, right? So during his last year, week 14, this son of a bitch benches Eli Manning in favor of Geno Smith just to break Eli's consecutive streak mark.
So is
Geno
Eli
Smith-
going for like a Cal Ripken Jr.?
Hold on. No. Do you understand how fuck Cal? You know how hard it is in the NFL? So like Eli, hold on. Giants fans could have done what Eli could have done. So like Eli took it like the greatest. This is why people disrespect Eli. He's like the greatest gentleman in the world, just like I would. He's like, all right. So like he actually helped Geno prepare that week.
Wait, who did they play that week? You know?
Was it the Jets?
No. Who did they
Who did-
play? That's why I
the
know
Raiders.
so well.
I don't even know who was it. The Raiders? I actually don't even know.
Flew to Oakland and played the Raiders, and the Raiders destroyed them.
Yeah, of course they did.
They sacked Geno Smith like 7 times, and it was like an embarrassment.
Dude, it was,
Geno
no, it was
Smith on the Jets at some point.
it was their first round draft pick or second round draft pick, I believe.
I think it was first. I think you were right.
Yeah, out of West Virginia. Yeah, and he ended up as Eli wasn't hurt, and then the next week they put, and that guy was gone. But anyway, that broke what would be the current. Actually, no, Phillip Rivers would have broke it, but it would have been the current, going forward, never, consecutive games.
You're not going to like this, though. You're not going to like what I'm going to say here.
Oh, I'm probably not going to like it. And if is this going on Fox? If it gets my fucking reaction,
As an outsider,
yeah, Scott Hall.
looking at the Giants, you had a guy like McAdoo who had some good
That guy
seasons.
should. I hate that guy. No, he did not have any good seasons. I hate that guy. Get him out of here. Nope.
He was 11-5, I believe, the other year. Then he
Slap his
went
teeth.
8-8 or something, and then he was like 4-12, and then they got rid of him. But he was a good young play caller that was groomed by Coughlin.
He came from Aaron. No, he was Aaron Rod. No, he came from Green Bay. He was Aaron Rodgers.
Wasn't he the offensive coordinator for a couple of years before he was elevated?
No, from the Packers. He came from the Packers.
Really?
Pretty sure.
I thought he was
Ben
your
McAdoo.
coordinator for a year or two.
Pretty sure he came in straight from Green Bay.
But what I'm going to say is, he had a young coach.
Very on.
He brought you guys to the playoffs a couple of years. And I thought, even though he did what he did to Eli, Eli was not playing well. Let's
No, he
face it.
wasn't. No, he wasn't.
He was playing terrible.
You don't do that though.
And do I think he should have benched him? No.
He was a coordinator for 1 year. You're correct. Yeah, he came from the Green Bay, coordinator for 1 year, then head coach.
Okay. So he was the offensive coordinator for a year, so he knew the offense, and then he became head coach, play caller. So I just feel like theoretically they jumped the gun a little bit. They should have kept him for another year because I think
that guy.
Let him finish his goddamn thought.
he had a killer mustache, man. I love the mustache.
Nope. Thought's over.
What if you saw him like
I don't want to see him again. Now he's out there holding a giant helmet in like Carolina, like he's like a sideline friggin' mascot. I don't know if you caught that recently. Nobody wants that guy. Get him out of my face.
Oh man. So what's gonna happen? So what if, since you guys are rebuilding, I got like a minute here.
Sure.
Since you guys are rebuilding
with no salary cap, we got Joe Shane out there. Took him general manager. Now he came over from the Bills. We got Brian Dable. No money for the next 2 years. Actually, Daniel Jones right now has to be.
No.
They're not taking. Yeah, no, dude. I'm telling you, man. I'm in every podcast in the world, dude. They don't have the money to take a swing for a big one. Mr. Trubisky just got signed by the Steelers, bro. There's nobody out there. There's nothing they can do there. DJ has to do this. The biggest swings they took in free agency was some moderate offensive linemen. You got right now Sterling Shepard. The biggest thing that happened for me, in my opinion, was Sterling Shepard took a cut and pay to come back to the Giants, so he believes in something, maybe. And then that's about it. Like Saquon is on the market right now, dude, and nobody's taking him. Like Joe Shane is taking offers for Saquon. Like that's his. But again, he
damaged goods.
Yes, and yes, 100%. This is why, like, when dude, watching this with my cousin, like, it was like Baker, and then I'm in love with Saquon, but I'm like, he should not be. No running backs number 2 anymore. Can't be. Not the way he played. He's jumping over. He was amazing that rookie season. You cannot sustain that. It's like this doesn't work.
Do you think Baker would play well in your division? I do.
I honestly would like. Well, here's the thing. I'll take DJ over Baker. Honestly, I'll take DJ over to Baker. I don't know how. Honestly, I would. I don't know. Like, if you watch DJ, like, the only thing I don't understand about DJ is the fumbles. Outside of that, if you've seen the way that guy throws the ball, the way he actually moves, it's better than Baker. But I don't understand how the fumbles happen.
Though, what Baker has. Even though
it's a football thing, dude. I love Baker at Oklahoma. He was my guy. Like I honestly wanted them to take him. Like I was hoping he was sliding to 7 that year, and the Giants would have took him. And I'm like, dude, Broadway Baker. I was all about it, dude, because I got a swagger. Then I'm like, I can roll, dude. When he rolled out from Oklahoma, and I'm a Michigan guy, and he put that flag and Ohio State's fucking thing, I was like, yo, that's my guy, dude. But like, I'm a Giants fan. I like proper respect. At least this is what we do. And when I played football, hey, I'd run over you and pick you up. No, I wouldn't. I talk shit in your face. Like I'm fucking Miami, baby, is what we did. But it's like
no, Giant fans are like the respectful.
No, that's it. Some of them are, but then no, because that's the thing with me. Like I honestly love the Giants, but some Giants, as you get closer to Jersey, well, you're from Jersey. Some of them are real assholes, like people I went to school with.
You can't compare that to Eagles fans at the old vet.
Oh, dude, my brother's an Eagles fan, and fuck that guy.
They're out of control, man. Out of control.
I've never met that they would hit a baby.
Yes, out of control.
Yeah.
And then you have the Chiefs. Gotta go.
Oh man, I mean, the only thing I can say is that I dealt with 4 years of Joey making fun of the Chiefs.
Well, because we were always beating you until you got those.
And Dane.
And that guy, and look what he brought upon us. He brought his stupid brother and his
stupid brother, right?
What am I going to do with that guy? Why do I have to see that guy's like? Okay, like here's what I'm a Giants fan, right? People are saying, well, why do you Peyton? Why do you got to see Eli? Because they're both fucking professional quarterbacks. Why do I got to see Mahomes' brother every week?
Why do we gotta see the Kardashians every week? Like,
We don't have to.
I mean, I don't have to see any of it. I haven't seen any of it. So, I mean,
Nick, in a man's life,
here we go.
there comes a time when he just puts on the silver and black. Let's do it together.
Yeah, it's right before.
Now,
his
Nick, I
birthday.
gotta know, is that like your third cigar, bro? Or you just
No, it's a second one.
Oh, okay.
You inhale?
Sticks? 2 sticks?
No, you don't inhale cigars, Joey.
No, I know.
Why not?
Some people do. Do you inhale
Oh, I'm
it?
just saying.
No,
I'm
no one
going
does. No one
Nick,
inhales.
Nick, I'm going straight up like Burr and two sticks back to back.
Yeah, I'm a chain smoker.
That might hurt you tomorrow, bro.
No, it won't. I usually do like 5.
5 sticks.
I'm gonna.
You're lying through your teeth, bro.
I'm gonna. I'm
What do
not.
you? How? It's not like a cigarette. Those
Yeah,
things
I
like
know.
take hours.
I chain smoke, just like I chain drink, just like I.
Oh, show him that. Show him that. Oh, show me that. You didn't show me yet. Show him that. Show Joe that stupid thing you texted me. That crack lighter looking motherfucking thing.
What was it?
No, I'd have to pull the picture up. No, some guy had that in a cigar bar. It looks like a torch. It's great.
Nick,
Insane.
who's
Yeah.
the new girl you're dating?
We don't talk about that on this
I
show.
love this guy. I couldn't say the F word, but he goes,
Hot dick,
yes.
diggity dog, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
How far is
I
Joe
wanna
when
say-
from when I come down? How far are you?
they're not far. They're like 15 minutes.
Oh yeah,
maybe-
we're gonna
maybe
yo,
like-
yo. You want to come to Shane Gillis show? Let's go. Come with us.
Sure.
He won't go.
Shane Gillis. He want to go to Shane Gillis? The comedy show? Send him who
won't go.
Shane Gillis
Don't
is.
call me. That's what he'll do. He'll hide me.
I'll just
doesn't.
make sure he calls you.
This is what Joey.
He'll
will
hide
do.
me. No, he'll hide me before he hides you. Trust me.
This is what Joey will do. Joey will be like, "Yeah, I'll go," and then he'll buy a ticket, and then he won't answer his phone.
And
the
he'll
whole
see
day.
this monstrosity that is there.
No, listen to me, John. I know this man well. He'll be like, "Yeah, I'll go. I'll be ready at 7 o'clock. Come pick me up." And I'll be like, "Joe, what's your new address?" And then he'll go ghost. And then it'll be to the point where we don't have enough time to go get him. And then at literally 8:01, a minute after the show starts, be like, "Oh, sorry, my phone was dead." Or he'll say something like, "Oh, the baby hid
Timed
my
it.
phone. The baby hid my phone." So and
Don't
I'll be like,
believe him. He's not making any sense.
and then he'll go, "Let me Venmo you the money for the ticket." And then he'll spend the next 2 hours being like, "Can you FaceTime me? I don't know how to use Venmo." And then I have to spend the next 2 hours trying to explain it to him. And I'd be like, "Dude, I just don't get it. I'm just gonna have to give it to you next time I see you."
Oh, wait, that's like the email thing.
And then it's a
And
circle.
then,
'Cause you're never gonna see him again. And then it's a circle.
and then he'll avoid me for a month, and he'll think I'll forget about it.
And then it's a circle. Because it's like, hey, next show, yeah, I'll front you. And then he's
He
gonna.
won't go. I mean, and now at least he has an excuse now because he has a toddler.
Well, you gotta Shane Gillis. He's a specific.
They'd be like,
crowd.
"No, it's 8 o'clock at night. I go to bed at 9." So
I do.
I know you do because you
Yeah,
get up at
Generally,
4.
I'm not gonna lie. I generally do too. I don't even have a kid.
Well, I got to be up at 4 for my first client, so it's rough. And I don't sleep, and I'm an insomniac as it is. So
Hey, wow, relate.
throw all that together, it's kind of wacky. But
See, now he just proved my point because 3 minutes ago he said, "Yeah, I'll go," and now he's like giving you all the excuses why he can't.
no, I'm not. I'm just saying. You
I'm
know,
just saying.
things. You know. So
Words are coming out of my mouth.
right.
He just wants to make you happy. Be like, "Oh, this will be so much fun. The 3 of us going. And it'll be me and you."
Such a liar, Johnny. If you want to go fishing or hang out,
Nick, Nick, you've known this face for
let me know.
over 30 years. Do you think I'm buying anything anybody says to me?
Yes.
So, what we will do is when John's here, we'll come up.
No,
and hang
yeah,
out.
dude, dude, you're not gonna come. I guarantee you. Well, I would love if you came to Shane Gillis show. I mean, I don't know if
No,
your kind of humor, but all
No,
right.
we'll just I'll
Oh, we'd love to stop by and meet you, brother. Yeah, it'd be great.
what I'm gonna do is
Or
I'm
hit a
gonna
bar or do something. Yeah, I mean,
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna text his wife and I'm gonna say, "Hey Maria, we're coming over. I'm gonna come over on Saturday at 2 o'clock and have a
Ridiculous
couple drinks
house.
before we go somewhere else." And she'll be like, "All right, cool. It'd be great to see you." And then he won't have
you can
any
invade the
choice.
gentleman's house. He has a newborn.
I can. She's
I'm
not
not.
a
I'm not.
newborn.
No. I am not. I know people who have newborns. I'm not okay with that. As a
She's
man,
not. She's 2 years old. She's not a newborn.
I'm still not doing it with super.
She's wise beyond her years. Trust me, you'll be surprised.
and I'll say,
cool.
Maria.
And they're like my nieces. All right, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah, and I'll say, Maria, I'm bringing the guitar over to show Mia how to play a G chord. She'll be like, all right, come over.
Yes.
Boom. I know I know everything.
Oh, you're gonna roll the. All right. You bring your guitar, Nick. Dude. He's promised me songs. He's promised you songs, Joe.
Well,
He said, Joe, hold on. He says he's learning. He said he better, hey, sweet tits there. You better be learning.
Well,
Joey's
wife's like a professional singer, so every time I go over there,
it's gonna be great.
I go over there and she sings and I play. It's great. And now that they got the baby sings too. So we're gonna have a good time.
He does.
Cool. Yeah. What is it? I fly on April 8th, I think, or something like that.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's right there.
All right, let's let Joey go.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have Joey back on next week, maybe.
Dude, I would love, man. Hey, thanks for your time, brother.
No, hey, thanks for having me on. Anytime you guys want me on, listen, I'll be there. I love it.
Hey, you want to become a regular member? I'm throw it out there, Nick. I love the interaction. It's great, dude. Let's get in it. This is great, brother.
Awesome.
Well, what I'm really excited about, this was an awesome conversation, but I really want Matt to be here because Matt's a diehard Patriot fan, and Joey and Joey's such a pain in the ass. Like, he's so good at talking shit that if Matt was here and Joey got into the talk world, it would be like two bulls butting heads. Would be amazing. So
like Joey, he's bringing up stats. I mean, like I would be if I was Giants fan against like a Cowboys fan. I mean, he's bringing that kind of stuff, man. So John, be ready against him.
No, John, hold on a second. I'm going to let you know something. Facts don't matter with Joe. He knows he is.
No, I'm not saying I'm saying. I mean, I'm saying
no.
That's what Matty is going to bring up.
I'm responding to exactly what you said. Facts don't matter with Joe. Joe is a professional pain in the ass. So no matter what Matt says, Joey will make him pissed off, and it'll be
Joe and I get along well.
Joe is the kid. We used to have Madden tournaments at the house, and Joey would always, the only play he'd run is a
deep nine. Everybody runs a fade. What the fuck? Everybody runs a fade. What are you kidding? You got duped every time by a fucking deep nine ball? Did any of you guys ever play football?
No, not deep nine.
You guys try to make it illegal for me to do the same play every play. Why is that
a fade? It's a fade.
He would if he had 20 plays. Hold on, John. If he had 20 plays, he would 19 of them. He'd have his tight end do a straight route. And drop it right over the person, right over the line every time.
It's called the 9-ball. Yep, it's called the 9-ball, Nick.
Over and over. It's like if you play in Mortal Kombat, all he does is sweep the leg. That's all he does.
Yeah, I know. It's called the 9-ball.
And there was one time Nick threw the controller down. He got up and he said, "That's it. I'm not playing with you anymore."
So you didn't realize how to adjust the defense to that?
But it's just here's the thing. Here's the way I look.
Know that.
If you're so annoyed by the play I'm doing, defend it. Stop it.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know how to adjust the defense to that?
Yeah.
No, John, what you don't understand is I said we had a Madden tournament. He didn't just do it against me. I know nothing about football. he would do this against guys that are like you that actually.
So he's running a deep nine this way, and he's running a tight this way. Literally, that's how
you, dude.
I think there was a glitch in that Madden, to be totally honest.
There was actually. You know why? That's how I won the big bedroom at a lot of my stuff. Yeah, did I run the same play?
Yeah, there was a glitch.
So are you running? You're running a fade nine in like a tight end post. Tight end post to the right end zone. Yeah, that's 100 times every time. So if you're running a 9-ball, this way and the post to the right, yep, exactly.
No, in this particular weekend,
can't be covered, bro.
This particular weekend, he had 3 friends from Jersey down. So we had like 8-player tournament. Plus, that was just the guys that live there and his friends, plus like 4 other people. So we had like a 12-person bracket.
It was Madden too.
It was, Madden 02. It was old. Joey.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Joey would spam every single person to the point that I'm surprised we had controllers left at the end of it. and you know why he's annoying? He's that guy. Like if you throw like a 80-yard pass and get a touchdown, he's like, "Oh, what the fuck? I'm not playing anymore." And he'd walk out, and then he'd come back in. But then when he'd do it too, it'd be like, did you get? Did it work again? Did it work again? He's so fucking annoying. So I can't wait.
You would never actually want to play real football with me, because I'd be the fucking office one.
No, you'd put him on his ass, and he'd be like, "Well, that's not."
No, I'm talking about then you actually talk shit. That would be the part.
Do you know I tell you what, Joey doesn't know this. I told you and Matt this a couple weeks ago. So, Joey, you know my niece. When she was 3, she was at our house.
Yeah.
Her brother is 18.
17.
Oh,
this big some.
Let me tell Joey. He doesn't even know this kid exists. So she has a younger brother that's 2 years younger than her. He's 6'4", 300 pounds.
We're talking ludicrous looking motherfucker. He at least
big.
30.
He's a linebacker. He's a defensive end and a tight end.
Joe, he's playing at Alabama football, brother.
Yeah, he plays at Alabama high school. He's getting shot by like D2 schools right now. He comes over and plays Madden like 3 months ago. He stayed with me for a week.
Like he's standing next to Nick in one picture, and I'm like, "How's that guy?"
Yeah, I'm up to his shoulder, and I'm not that short. You know what I mean?
No, you're pretty. No, you're a large fella.
We're playing Madden, and this is what he's doing, Joe. Check this out. Here,
But he knows how to play football. Nick doesn't.
He knows how to play. No, he knows how to play. Joey, this is what he's doing. Look at the camera. He's holding the controller behind his head like this. And like I pick a play and then I do like an audible.
Like Nick's going like
he's sitting like this. His girlfriend's on his FaceTime. He's talking to his girlfriend. He shifts something. Every play I did, they batted the ball down. And I'm like, how do you know what's going on? I go, turn your head to the left when I pick my play. And he's like, yo, Uncle Nick. He's like, it's obvious. Like you're doing, like you set up in the I formation. You're obviously going to
literally because Nick, if you look at the play set of like that's where we're going here. We were just kind of minorly talking about it, as in like the play that was a glitch in that is that this guy's running a 9 ball and then the tight end comes out and runs like a kind of like a hook to the right. Like that is, and that was a glitch. Like those now, like he can see your plays and he's looking at what you're picking. And like generally now, like you know if you played football or obviously he's into it, like you know what those plays are. Like you know, it's like I can look at that and know what you're doing. I couldn't. Anyway.
I was completely stunned. Like,
and you're just out there still just. It's like no, you know what? F you, dude, because it's like me playing the stupid games that you would play. I'd be up there playing. I'm playing. What's that game you were just talking about the other day? I'm playing this. I'm shooting lasers at shit, not knowing what I'm doing. I'm going. Yeah, that's you playing this, and they're right. But you know what? These drawings are right in front of you, and you can't figure them out. But I know what you're doing.
Yeah, this kid beat me. We were playing 5-minute quarters. He beat me like 67-0.
Because he could see what you were gonna do and knew how to defeat
it. Joey, I had 5 interceptions, and he beat me 67-0.
Oh my God.
And what did Nick learn? Respect sports.
I learned to delete Madden off my Xbox, and if he comes back, well, I don't have it anymore. Sorry.
Right. Yeah.
Let's go to the music.
Like a couple times in the pod, we had Matt and I had just like big things. Like he would like how he doesn't like football and stuff, and he loves football now. But he'd be like, the way I had to get him to think about it is like the way it's designed each play and stuff, like a strategy. It's not, we're not out there just hitting each other in the head and throwing the ball around. Like there's a strategy.
Everything. That's right. I mean, that's you gotta have it.
Yeah. There's always a plan.
Right, Nick?
He loves when a plan. He's up there smoking his stick, and you should have hit I love when a plan comes together. You should have done it there, brother.
Like a tight end.
I thought Joey was gonna say
like a tight end post. He said it like a tight end post.
That's all. That's the only play we'd play.
I gotta go. But listen, I really appreciate you guys having me on, and it was a blast. So let me know when you want me on again. I'd love to come on.
Dude, Nick, I don't know if we can schedule time and stuff, but I know it's Nick's channel. But dude, I would love to have Joe if he can make it every week, man. I think with Nick, your call, dude.
I think Joe can make it whenever Joe can make it. Yeah. Open invite, Joe.
Open invite, brother.
Thank you.
But I think next week, if Joe can make it next week, that'd be cool. Because Matt said Matt's in a hotel. Matt just got a promotion.
Very big promotion.
They sent him from Connecticut to Boston, so he's in like a hotel, and he's gonna upgrade his internet next week. So cool. he should be on with no problem. Yeah, if you're around next Tuesday night and you want to jump on, I'd love to watch you guys talk about football.
Heck yeah.
We didn't really get into it. I think we had a good episode.
That's what I'm saying. We had without him, but there's like so much still on the slate, man.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down. I mean, I definitely want to show them why the Patriots are what they are. Cheaters. Or sorry.
I love it. I love it, dude. It's gonna be so good, dude.
I think it'll be great. We'll put Joey.
Oh, because he actually comes up like, because Joey, with your passion and stuff, Matt comes up with passion, but he presents it just like Belichick with like,
he drops
like love.
Yeah,
dude, he's not. Boom.
That's yeah.
Boom. I'm letting you know he comes with like, this is the fact here.
Joey, if you're like the most positive, like fun person on the left, and I'm in the middle, and Matt's on the right where it's all facts,
but he's fun.
It's gonna be so much fun.
But he's fun with it. No, Matt's fun with it, but he's also like, but he'll hit you with a quick, as we call him, the sniper, because he'll hit you with this, and then he'll hit you with that sniper fact. That's that fact, and then it'll be funny. And it's like, okay, all right. Then you got to rethink it real quick. But yeah, he come correct because I ball bust with him, and I'm really good, and I'm guessing you are too about facts. But you got to get him on the rebound because he'll be ready, man.
No, it's good. It's good that I almost in a way it's like fate again, opportunity.
Yeah, 100% right. Just to
able to come on, and I was able to kind of learn the show a little bit, get your advice.
And
so
Nick, you can also use like a Nick as to come up to next week, just as we lead into it. It could be like Woodson hitting Brady, koosh, when it comes to like their faces, right? Like when Woodson, both Michigan men meeting together, koosh.
Right.
Guys, was it a fumble? Was it this? And then all of a sudden these guys roll in. That's great, man.
This.
Yeah, he's already doing it.
It was an incomplete pass, right? When he went like this, and it was. All
I'm saying is Belichick. I know what Matt's gonna say. He's gonna say Belichick knew the rule.
Before you go, Joey, I want to read you something from the book of William Shakespeare, and by that I mean the text messages between me, Matt, and John.
Oh.
And hold on a second.
This is when I wasn't allowed to swear. By the way, not one F word today.
Oh my
Nick
bad.
dropped 6. He told me I couldn't swear.
Yeah, because I was like, this is what I did. I preempted it. I was like,
dude, this is me calm, man. I would have. I would have loved this. Imagine
Joey,
if I was off a chain.
No, what I said, Joey, is like,
I'd have been hopping around Chris Farley style.
I'd love it if John let me finish the sentence.
Hey, you know what? Now that I can say this, fuck you.
I said to John and Matt, I'm like, hey, Joey's on Fox and he's gonna share it on his page. So let's not swear. And then, like, within the first 30 seconds, I was like, fuck this. And I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, so from the Book of Mormon, I said, Joey's gonna be on. He's not like those other blanks that we have on our channel.
You did say this, yes.
And oh yeah, when Tampa Bay beat them, the Raiders in the Super Bowl, he legit didn't talk to anyone for a week. And then Matt.
That was Nick's text. This is Matty.
Matt OC says, oh no, tuck roll game, tuck roll this, tuck roll that. Get the fuck out of here. So that
oh, bro, he's ready to go with you, man. I wish he was on.
Ready to go. So yeah, next week versus battle.
He has no idea that the biggest rule the Patriots broke in that game was when they all came out on the field and brushed the snow away.
No, I think he does, though, sir. I think he has an answer to that, to be honest with you. I think he has an answer to that. I'm not going to lie. I think he has an answer to that.
They should have.
I know that.
Field goal, because it was a 48? 48?
No, he has an answer to that. Should have been, they moved
it. Knock him back another 10 yards for that. Yeah. Hey, I guess.
I want to see this. Oh, he's going to watch this, so dude, he might steal your argument right now, because he's going to watch this.
And play what they want. Hell.
Oh, where is he?
Let's just drive a car all over the
field. We need this. Don't lose his content.
I mean, it was ridiculous. I'm sitting there as a fan. You're sitting there going,
amazing.
You're sitting there going, wait, why is there like 50 Patriots on the field going like this?
We got to send this to Maddie. This is your argument.
He's gonna watch it, I'm sure.
Oh wait, we're gonna kick the field goal now. Ref, can we all? No, not yet. Get some more snow off. All right. Okay, can we do it now, ref? Yeah, we can do it now. Okay, I think it's perfect for the field goal. Okay, perfect. All right. Here, hold on, wait. Okay, kick the field goal. There you go, Vinatieri. There you go. Like, it was the most ridiculous game I've ever seen in my life. It was I wish it was on.
This is gonna make it even better. No, because he's gonna watch that, and this is gonna make Fire Muffy more. It's gonna be awesome.
Well, that's the funny thing. It wasn't even the tuck rule. Like, after the tuck rule, even though it was terrible, you're watching this at the end of the game, and you're like, "Why? What is going on here? What is this? Is this like a Pee-wee game?" Oh, that's my cue.
Time to go. All right, Joey. We'll see you next week, Mr. Hector.
All right, guys. It was great talking to you.
Thank you for coming
Good,
on.
sir. Peace and love, man. Thank you for coming on with us. It's awesome, dude.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye. That's the guy.
Dude,
That's
he's a
one of
good
my
dude,
best
man.
friends.
Yeah, he's a good guy, man.
I
We're in
can't
line.
wait. I can't wait for the Joe versus Matt.
Dude, I just texted Matt. I was like, yo, that's gonna be a good time. The gauntlet. We still live?
Oh yeah,
I don't give a box. I do gotta take a wee wee though.
that's all right. We can wrap it up. We get an hour and a half in.
Oh no, yeah. If you want to wrap it up, just wrap it up then.
Wrap it up, drive it up. We'll get into the post show here.
Yeah,
I
we do
wanna-
post. Yeah,
I
we
wanna
do
thank-
post show, but I want to take a wee wee.
for show. I just want to say thanks for everyone for tuning in. We had a couple contributors.
Great guest.
We'll give a special shout out to eweezy_RN40 or 4L41 for listening in, a Raiders fan. That was cool. Come back in next week because we're gonna have that crazy convo. Hey, and this is Rewind That Radio, the chop up every Tuesday with
Sicky Nicks, Matty OC, yeah, Johnny Balls, yeah, nigga.
dig it. Oh, and one more thing before I know we got to run, but I think it's important. Let's not get
We don't have to run.
No, I don't want to get too much into it, but I think it's something. I just want to play this one thing because one of our childhood heroes passed away, and I want to play this, and we're going to talk about him a lot next week when things calm down a little bit. But me and John are big fans, and we have a lot of love for this guy. Scott Hall, one of the two-time WWE Hall of Fame inductee, the bad guy Ming. I just want to play this little bit from his induction, and
It's a good sentiment.
It's a good goodbye.
Yes, sir.
So let me add it up here. We're still working on how to figure this all this shit out here. Chrome did Scott Hall. All right. So as a lot of people know, Razor Ramon, aka Scott Hall, passed away yesterday. Complications from what happened?
He fell and had a hip surgery, and then during the hip recovering from hip surgery, he had to have another surgery. He developed a blood clot in his leg and had three heart attacks, and unfortunately he was on life support. So
yeah, and
they made a decision. His family made a decision, but this is a great quote for everyone to live through.
That's right. Let me try to play it the right way here. I don't know if I can do it full screen, but we'll figure it out. But Razor Ramon was one of my favorites as a kid. Even his entrance music, his whole everything. So here we go. Let me see. Is it on the screen? I don't know. Yeah. Here we go.
Pays off.
Here, hold on.
Hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do. Hard work pays off.
Hell yeah. Well, we're gonna miss him, man. And next week we're gonna talk about him a lot more.
Yeah, 100% more. Yeah, that's cool. Let's do that.
So I think that's a good way to end it. And rest in peace. And everyone,
a great show.
Everyone come in next week. Let's we're gonna talk about
we're
that.
Gonna run it back. The show goes on.
Goes on, it goes on, it goes on, it goes on and on and on and on and on. So let's get it. Let's see you next week, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, you are now listening to Wresltmania Radio. 60 Nicks. You were listening to Wind That Radio. You were listening to Wind That Radio.